Hello, everybody out there. Flat power to all of you. I want to show you something really super important. Truth power to all of you. This is coming super important. Pay attention to this. All mountains are tree stumps. And as I've mentioned in my other videos, the word tower, or T, when the letter T means tree, everything stands for the trees. Everything that they're pointing to, like a tower. When they dropped the towers at 9/11, they dropped those towers. They were representing the falling of the tree of life again. These big trees that I'm telling you about. They did that as a symbol to represent the falling of the tree of life when they dropped the trees. Christmas was the representation of the falling of the tree of life. And these big trees that I'm telling you about, everything represents that. But they have to come back in this thing called lesser magic to show you again what they did, to redo the energy work that they did to keep it solidified. So that's what 9/11 was about, was dropping the towers, dropping the trees again. You see what I'm saying? They dropped the trees again and killed us, and people fell from the trees again. See, watch now. Look at the tower card in tarot. See that tower card? See how the tower got hit? Look at the people falling, and look at the bottom of the tower. What does that look like? A tree stump. See it? It's not a tower. It's a tree stump. Look, the tower card. Okay, it's the tower card in tarot. All the tower cards are like this in tarot too. I've got the pictures of them on my wall. I just can't reach them to you. They all show big trees with homes in them, and one of them is just a big tree burning. They don't even show the tower. It's just a big tree burning down and broken with people in it. Okay, there's your tower. I'm telling you. Look down there. Look at that bottom there. See it? See, that's a tree stump. See the tree stump? That's not a mountain, I'm telling you. See, look at it. Look at a tree stump. See, it's a tree stump. Why would they put a tree stump at the bottom of a tower? See, they're showing you that it was a tree. Why did they turn the tower into a tree at the bottom? You got to ask yourself these questions. Why has that tower become a tree at the bottom? Because it really was a tree. You see what I'm saying? We got a big tree, and then us falling from the trees. See that? Boom. That's what I'm talking about. I stumbled upon that. And the tarot deck is made by Freemasons, by Albano and Waite. This tarot deck, my friends told me many years ago, my pagan friends told me this was made by Freemasons, the deck, and now I know what they mean. Okay? The Freemasons wrote all this stuff because they know what happened. They're the ones that tore the darn trees down. Okay, now we're going to get back to these trees. Everything's about these trees. I'm telling you, everything. Okay, here we go again. Look, they represent it right there again. Here we go. Boom, there you go. There's your tree. The tree of life. See what I'm saying? Yggdrasil. There it is right there. And at the bottom, there's the roots going into earth. There's middle earth right there in the middle. There's your tree of life right there again. They're representing everything is your cosmology is represented by trees. By trees. There you go. See the tree? Boom, a big tree coming down. And there it is again on the underside. See, the tree. Look right there. See, and look at the bottom of the tree. There's Mount Meru. See that tree stump down at the bottom of the little tree? See, look at that big tree stump down it. See, there's a big tree stump showing a little tree coming out of the top of it, showing you your cosmology. See your flat Earth map, everything. But see the tree coming out of the flat Earth map? See how they got to represent, and see the rainbow coming out of it, the rainbow bridge. Come down that, you cross the Bifrost Bridge, go to the bottom there. It's all representation of the tree of life. See, there's the tree again with the tree coming out of this, the big tree stump in the center. You can see it looks like a mountain, but that's actually a tree stump. They're showing you by putting a tree coming out of it. There's your cosmology. That's Norse cosmology for it. This right here is in Yosemite. Look at that big little tree stump in Yosemite. See it? With the waterfall coming out. Look at that tree stump. See the trees behind it? See the waterfall, and look at the tree stump. So you can clearly see it's a tree stump. So you just take a look at that right there. See that? See that? Look at that. Comes up right there. There's a tree stump right there. And then it comes up along the side right there. See that? See how it comes up along the side? You can see it right there. Big tree stump right there. And then it comes up right, it's right there. And it comes up along the side here. Can't miss it. You know, the Devil's Tower. Big old tree stump. There's a cut off top. All the work down at the bottom, all the stuff that's still at the bottom of it. Another big old tree stump in another part of the world. Yeah, big old tree stump. It's called whatever they call it, a crater. It's not a crater, that's a tree stump. Another tree stump. Look at that tree stump. They call that one Big Sur. Big Sur. Look at how they cut it too. They cut it at an angle. At an angle there. At an angle. Right there. You can see that they cut it at an angle. And then the tree probably fell that way. But a lot of these trees lean sideways too, and they had multiple trees coming out of them. So it would be more than just one tree there. It would have multiple trees coming out of the tree. If I could show you the other pictures that I have, it shows big trees with multiple trees coming out of it, homes inside of it, homes inside of the trees. It's, you know, this is where we used to live. We used to have beautiful places like this to live. This is what you were covered in before. Look at that. This is what your world used to look like. You used to walk around and see beautiful things like that. You know, the wisteria, the purple wisteria hanging down on you. And you just walk through there and there'd be beauty like that around you. Everywhere, this whole place looked like this. Okay, this is what I'm trying to tell you. The whole world looked like this. Okay, you used to walk around in beautiful phosphorus purple light with wisteria plants like trees like this around you. You didn't even see the skies. Okay, your whole world was that. That's what they've taken from you. Okay, that's what they've taken from you. There's your flat earth map with Mount Meru at the center, the tree of life at the center with the X marks the spot showing the 4 great rivers going into it. That X is about the bottom of your Christmas tree. That's why your Christmas tree has an X. It's representing the 4 rivers. And there's your tree of life in the middle, Mount Meru. That's what your Christmas tree represents Mount Meru. Okay, this is how important it is. And it's right there, right? There's California. Right there's California, there's Asia, and there's Mount Meru. We're only about 8,000 miles from it. All I do is go around the corner, go through this little gully here, one of these gullies, and go straight to Mount Meru. Okay, but they won't let you do that. They won't let you they'll cut you off and say, we're doing scientific experiments here. You can't come any further, sir. Stop. Okay, that's the problem. So I'm letting you know that. And I just want to show you some representations of rocks, what they call a rock, how it's actually a part of a tree. And you can see that. And take a look at that. What is that? A piece of wood right there. Looks like a piece of wood, huh? Piece of wood. There's another a rock. There's a rock right here. See, we got another rock right there. Which one's a rock? Which one's a piece of wood? You know, you can't tell the difference. See, that's what I mean. Look at this one. Look at that rock. See, you can't tell if that's a rock or a piece of wood, can you? Is it a rock? That's a rock, huh? Yeah, it is, huh? Wrong. Look, it's a piece of wood. See, that's wood. See, it's a piece of wood. It's got wood right there. That's all wood. It's light. It's light as air, and that's wood underneath there. It just looks like that when you turn it this way. It went gray, and it looks like a rock on one side. Just to show you there. Can't tell the difference between it, huh? It's a rock. No, look, it's brown. It's got wood. It's all soft. There, just chipped off a bunch. See, not a fucking rock. Look at this one. Look at this piece of wood that I found. I'm gonna throw this in my fireplace right here. And this chunk of wood right here is gonna make a good kindling right here. See, look at that. That's some good kindling. You know, I'm just gonna throw this in the fireplace. Look at that. Oh, that's a rock. That's a rock. Looks like a piece of wood, don't it? See, look at it real close from a distance. Look at that. It's just like a rock. Just like, I mean, just like a piece of firewood, don't it? Like that right there. Boom. See? Throw that in your fireplace when you come home. I want to show you something here. Take a look. See, when this was a tree, this is a piece of a tree right here. Look at it close. You can see it. You can see the wood in it. And the wood grain, everything. Look at this. See that? Look, there's the brown still left from the bark right here. Right there, it's all bark. This is all bark right here. You can even push on it, and it comes out brown still. Those are parts of the bark of the tree. You can see there's the skin of the tree. See right there? See the skin right here? It's a layer of skin. See the skin of the tree? This right here, this thick layer right here is all skin of the tree. You know how you have bark and skin? There's your skin right there. There used to be a piece of a tree. And you know how you also can prove it? Check this out. Look at how they cut it right here perfectly. See how it's cut perfectly right there? Look at that. You can see that somebody cut this right here. Zoop. See that perfect cut? See when it become close? You can even see the saw mark right here. Right there. See that? See how they cut in there so perfectly with their blade? They came in here when they cut this tree down, this branch. They cut it right here. And they came down in here, but look, they left the saw mark right there. See it right there? See the saw blade mark going into it? Right there. Boom. Real close. Look at how flat that is. See, perfect cut. See the saw mark going into where the blade went into it? See that? They cut the rock. They cut the piece of wood. Right there, you can even see the saw marking. Look closely for things like this. This right here used to be a piece of wood from a branch. They just cut the wood. Zoop, 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 just like you would do when you're cutting wood. You can even see the saw marks in it. When you look up closer, this is a blade, a thin blade that goes all the way through it. So that you can see it totally. And there you go. Right there, you can look at that closely, and it's a petrified rock, petrified wood, petrified tree. This is what our homes used to look like. See, that looks like a big rock, like a big cave. That's actually wood. And that's wood. That's wood right there. It looks like a rock, though. See, but it's not. That's where we used to live in little caves like that. The homes come up right here. You go see that. That looks like a big old rock in the sea, don't it? That's a piece of wood. See, it's all light. That's a piece of wood. 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 But look, it looks like, look, it's a tree stump. So it means it's a piece of a tree. But look, it looks like a big old rock. It could be in the sea or something. You know, it's like all of this stuff is so that's what that is right there. Those all mountains are tree stumps, and we used to have big trees that covered this world, and we used to live in a Garden of Eden. And they tell you that Mount Meru is called Eden. And I love you all. I hope you research this. Go start looking at all the rocks differently now. And our world used to be totally different than this, and we need to get back to those trees. I love you so much, and have a great day. Flat power.